This is the Tina A, my main keyboard at work. The Tina A has a traditional HHKB layout, which is asymmetrical, as you can see. The blocker on this side is bigger than the blocker on this side. And on this Tina I have the spacebar split. This is the Alt key. I put it here because I use the Alt key quite often in combination with the Enter, Alt Enter. And it's here for easier access with my thumb, my left thumb, which I normally don't use. And these two are space bars. They work the same, but different than normal spacebar. Each is assigned dual actions. So when you type normally, it works as a spacebar, but when you press hold it, it works as a function key. So when you press hold it, this row, for instance, becomes the function row, F1 till F12. For example, I use the F5 key frequently, and for me it's a matter of this, very convenient. And when press hold the spacebar, this becomes the arrow cluster. This left, down, up, right. And this becomes the end key, and this is the home key. I use them frequently, so it's nice to have them here. And when press hold, this key is my delete key. Release the spacebar, it is backspace. And here normally sits the backslash, which I've moved up here. And I also use this key frequently enough, so I decided to have it here as well. And again, this key has two actions assigned to it. Press normally, it is a backspace, of a backslash I mean. And when press hold, it is a shift. Here is my control. It took me a relatively long time to get used to the control key at this position, which normally sits here, because you are so used with doing Control C and Control V, like so. And then to move it up here, it took quite a while to adapt. And the Tina A has this really nice cyclo, which I can enable like so. With this subtle diffuser, which runs from here all the way to here. Looks beautiful. And the bottom, clean. The Tina A is a good entry-level custom mechanical keyboard. Let's do sound check and type test. By the way, before I move on, I just replaced its internal, and this used to be its old internal. It had old Zealios switches, 67 grams, and an aluminum plate, and a DC 60 PCB. The new one Has newer version of Zealios switches, 65 grams. I lube them with thick lube for a smooth typing experience and less plastic key sound when typing. And the plate is now I have a brass plate in it, and the PCB is basically the same. It's a newer revision of the older one. And this one has a USB Type-C connector here. So the new Zealios switches, the version 2, I prefer them over the old version because it's a more stable, not wobbly switch, and it gives a more premium typing experience. But yeah, it has to be lubed, otherwise it feels too raw, too harsh. And using thick lube helps for a better typing experience. It feels smoother and softer as well, and it sounds better. Just type hello world. Exclamation mark, enter. Let's do a type test. The 10A.